Hey everyone, and welcome to Two Cooks, One Pot. Today we're making crusty Italian bread. This is a really simple recipe. We'll start with our flour, then we'll add a little bit of yeast, a pinch of salt, and some warm room temperature water once we have that mixed in. Follow the link below to our blog and we'll have the full ingredient amounts and recipe on the blog for you. So our next step is just to mix that thoroughly until it's fully hydrated, and once we get it to where it looks about like that, we'll cover it at room temperature for 2 hours. And then after 2 hours, you'll see that it's risen quite a bit and we have some bubbles from the gas release from the yeast. I'm just prepping my pan here. Once that's in the refrigerator, I've refrigerated it for 2 more hours and let it continue to rise. And now I simply sprinkle a little bit of flour on top so it's easier to grab. And then an additional step, I like to oil my hands with a little bit of olive oil. And that just makes cleanup a lot easier. Now I know I said this was based on the no knead bread recipe, but there is going to be a little bit of kneading in this version. So I'm just making sort of a baguette shape here. I just sprinkled a little bit of flour on that and shaped it into a log form. Then I'm going to let it rest for 10 minutes covered out at room temperature. Once that's rested and the gluten has relaxed a little bit more, we can continue shaping the loaf into a baguette form. Now at this point I decided rather than leave it as a baguette, I was going to play around and have a little bit of fun with the shape here. So I reshaped mine, stretched it out, and was kind of going for the shape of Italy here since I was making Italian bread. So we'll see how that works out a little bit. One of the fun things to do when you're making bread is just to mess around with the shapes a little bit. I use this method with the scissors when I'm trying to get more of a pull-apart loaf here, rather something that I don't have to slice. So what I'm doing is I'm simply pre-slicing the loaf before I put it in the oven and staggering the slices. That's going to continue to rise before it goes in the oven and then when it cooks. Also added a little basil before the final rise. And then the last step here is I'm going to put some shredded parmesan cheese on top and then put it into the oven and bake it. And now we see I've got my little shape of Italy there. This is a really delicious bread. It goes great with pasta dishes. I really hope you'll give it a try.